We talk a lot about planning for the future, right? But what about those assets you already have in place, like life insurance?
Right.
It's often seen as, just a death benefit.
Yeah,
But I think there's so much more to it,
absolutely.
especially when you start thinking about unlocking its hidden value. And that's what we're going to be diving into today.
That's right. And a great resource for that is actually Diversified Insurance Brokers who are specialists in this area.
Okay, well, let's start by breaking down this concept of hidden value in life insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we even talking about here?
Sure. So, most people think of life insurance as just, paying out when you pass away.
Right.
But what a lot of folks don't realize is that their policy can actually have value while they're still alive.
Okay, so it's like an asset in a way.
Exactly, like an asset that can be leveraged or even, sold if needed.
And I guess that's where the idea of a life settlement comes in.
Exactly. A life settlement is basically when you sell your life insurance policy to a third party for more than its cash surrender value, but less than the death benefit.
Okay, so who exactly would benefit from something like this? I mean, who should be considering a life settlement?
Well, it's definitely not for everyone, but it can be a great option for people who are 65 or older, those who may have had a change in health, or even those whose financial needs have shifted.
Okay, so if you're in one of those categories, what are some of the reasons why someone might choose to pursue a life settlement?
Well, there are a few common scenarios we see.
Yeah.
For example, premiums might have become unaffordable,
Right.
or maybe someone needs to fund long-term care or other expenses.
Okay.
Maybe they just want to restructure their finances for whatever reason.
So in other words, it provides an alternative to just letting a policy lapse or only receiving the minimal cash surrender value.
Exactly. It gives policyholders options.
So how does this whole process work? I
Yeah.
mean, how is a policy valued in a life settlement?
Right. So it's a very in-depth process that involves analyzing a bunch of factors like the face amount of the policy, the premium structure,
Right.
the insured's health and life expectancy, even the type of policy all come into play.
And I imagine different types of policies are more or less suitable for a life settlement.
Exactly. You're right. Different policies have different structures and benefits, so some may be more suitable than others.
So like what kind of policies are we talking about here?
Well, typically universal life, whole life, term life policies with conversion options, and even certain group life policies can be eligible.
Okay, so it's not just limited to one specific type of policy.
No, not at all.
That's good to know. So for someone who's maybe considering a life settlement, what's the most important takeaway they should have from this conversation?
I think the biggest takeaway is that a life settlement can be a powerful tool for financial flexibility in certain situations,
Hmm.
but it's crucial to consult with financial professionals like the folks at Diversified Insurance Brokers to see if it's right for your individual needs.
Absolutely. You want to make sure you're making an informed decision.
Exactly.
So for our listeners out there, let me leave you with this thought. If you could access a portion of your life insurance policy's value today, what could that mean for you?
Right.
Could you finally take that dream vacation?
Yeah.
Help your kids or grandkids with their education?
Yeah.
Maybe just have a little more peace of mind knowing you have options.
Yeah.
It's worth exploring.
Definitely worth exploring.
If you're curious to learn more about unlocking the hidden value in your life insurance, reach out to the experts at Diversified Insurance Brokers. They can provide personalized guidance and help you understand if a life settlement is the right choice for you.
Great advice.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive,
It was a pleasure.
and we'll see you next time.
See you then.